Hey everybody, this is Lars's new or latest project, which he was supposed to do a step-by-step on and show you how he did it. But as you can tell from the picture, a little late for that. Anyway, this is another prop that he worked on, and he's going to tell you all about it, right?
Yes. This is for a good friend, our friend Kirk, who is a big fan and also the client for this project. This is the Polidor from Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, the movie, and from the series. But it was originally used in the, this is the screen used prop that was in the movie during the attack sequence in the Mariana Trenches after the Seaview leaves the UN building, and this is the UN sub going after the Seaview, firing the torpedoes at it, and eventually blows up. This is moments before it blows up. So they actually obviously had another.
So clearly
miniature.
they didn't blow this miniature up.
Yeah, this was one of the ones, and it was mounted on the left side, or the right side, I should say, like they did on the Nautilus in the 20,000 Leagues. There was mounting points, which is where this is mounted for this scene.
Okay, why don't you tell us, since I'm over here, about these cool missiles? How did you do that effect?
These are the torpedoes. They were made from tube and just plastic tubes. I made the little fins, and then the turbulence in the water is like little beads, glass beads glued together, and then dusted with some white to get that effect.
Which is pretty darn cool, because it makes it look like they are going through the water with a trail behind them.
Yeah, normally they would be mounted on the sub on a clear rod, and then the beads around it, but in this case we couldn't do it because this is an original prop which I couldn't alter. Although I did fix a few things, like added the windows, the masts, and the propeller in the back. That's new, that was missing.
So I'm going to try to get a better shot, excuse my moving around, of this mounting point, because I think this is actually very interesting. So in order to make it look like the ship is, the sub's in motion, and moving at a downward angle.
I used some of the existing mounting holes that they used, that the prop department actually used in the FX work. They were actually mounted on 4 holes, and then they had some sort of armature going out from that.
So you can see where the top 2 holes are that he didn't use, and then
I didn't use
the
that
bottom
so
2.
it wouldn't get in the view of, you know, obscure, get in the viewing area. So it was just 2 was needed, and then the prop is new back here, the blades. The cone part is original, but the blades were broken off and missing. And then there was some broken areas on the fins.
And then just in case they didn't see the last video, why don't you just tell us really quickly what you made these, the rocks out of and the base.
Yeah, all the rocks were made out. It started off with a foam base. It was sculpted in a floral foam, and then sealed and then covered with Sculptamold. The area back here where the sub is mounted is actually a wood structure inside, and then foam around the wood, and then the Sculptamold. The plants and the various plants and stuff, and the moss and all that is dried plants from the craft store. This is actual real moss, planting moss here. These are just various, like I say, dried plants that simulate some of the pictures I used as reference, like this for underwater plants.
And sadly, we didn't have a fish tank big enough to put behind it to make it look like it was totally in the water. So
we also have a couple of blue LEDs here to just kind of create a little bit of atmosphere. Projecting up here in the sub from behind this rock, there's 2. Actually, without the ambient light, the rocks turned a bit blue too. You might be able to see there on the screen. But so that's just a little added touch to give it a little.
What happens if you turn the lights off? Is it too dark?
Yeah.
We'll try the lights off for a second. It might be too dark. Oh, that's kind of cool. You can't see the sub, but you can see the lighting effect, which is kind of neat.
Yeah.
So, okay, turn it back on.
So, yeah, and our client has this, I believe it's on a black shelf, so it should be a pretty good effect in his display. So.
All right, so there we go. One big last look.
Take that light off. And then, yeah, and that's pretty much it. And the other thing is this model, so in case you can't see, there's no scale reference, it's about a little over 3 feet long. So it's a little
And it is, as just to say again, because we said it at the beginning,
Screen
it is the
used.
actual screen used prop that was bought at auction, and kind of goes along with the other prop that Lars worked on that we have the other video for, and I will link to that.
The Vulcan,
Hello.
same play.
So there you go. Cool, another sub. Finding a new home. It's so nice to see it all brought back to life and, preserved in a way that it deserves to be.
And I
after years of
promised
service.
to do a step-by-step on the next one.
Yeah, we'll see about that. So that would have been nice because it's really cool, and I think a lot of you could really benefit from how he did the rocks and things. I think it's pretty neat and something you could use yourself, even if you don't have a screen use prop, even if you're just going to use it on something you made or a model kit.
Like the Sea View or the Flying Soap or
Right.
something like that.
All right, that's it.